Hey VG crew, Mike Amari here with the question of the week. Question of the week, of course, was which underwater level do you remember being the absolute worst or you absolutely hating the most of anything you've ever played? And while there's a lot to choose from, particularly there's one that everyone I know is going to be talking about, that one, that goddamn one that as kids we were like, oh, we were going to love this game because of who was in it. That goddamn water level. But that's not the one I'm going to talk about today. For me, it was another video game that wasn't based on a cartoon. It would come to have a cartoon based on it later. A cartoon that was much better than the game itself was. One that I'm actually sad to see that the property didn't take off because ancillary media would have been pretty good and was pretty good with it. Of course, I'm talking about Earthworm Jim. Earthworm Jim as a game, I look back and realize it was kind of mediocre, but I loved it at the time. Especially loved the beautiful animation on it. The graphics looked great, and I love the fact that they came out with this great kids WB cartoon that was based around it around the time, and it was a really great cartoon. I believe there are also comic books and stuff. I love the art style. I love drawing the characters. But the goddamn underwater levels where you're in a glass submarine were the absolute worst. They actually reminded me of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle underwater levels when I had played them. Because, we're talking a bunch of years later. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles I was in elementary school. This was toward the end of junior high school with the, or maybe even beginning of high school, probably end of junior high school with Earthworm Jim. And just imagine an underwater level where not only do you have oxygen constraints, you have everything around can kill you, and you're in a glass bubble. Literally every hit you take would break the glass a little bit more. And then, honestly, you would just be on edge the entire time the minute you took one or two hits. And it wasn't like it was a small section. It was like the entire level for, I think, the second or third level was early in the game, too. So it kind of was off-putting right from the beginning. And it just took me forever to get through it. And then at the end, they give you a goddamn timer. Like, not only is there, the oxygen and the damage to deal with, but they put a goddamn timer on at the end, which just was so narrow by the end of it, it was almost impossible to, beat it by screwing up even once. I eventually, of course, got through it. It had a weird boss fight at the end where you just kind of knock the goldfish monster off at the end, which is kind of cool. But that goddamn level was just so unfairly hard. It, to this day, still sticks with me. Thank you again. I want to thank you guys, actually. You always say such nice things about these videos. For those who aren't watching the videos, please, if you have a chance to look at the video component on the Laser Time website where they put them, that would be great. I do put a lot of time into making these, and I always get a thrill about hearing you guys comment on the videos themselves. So thank you. It is always appreciated. Thank you for checking in with me this week. I'll check in with you guys again next week.